we have Gabrielle from MedicateOH, Medicaid Ohio in here. How are you doing this evening?
I'm well. Thank you, Rob. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Glad to get this week over with. We got 420 coming up just right around the corner. Of course, it's a high holiday, of course, for all the people who enjoy marijuana. And it's a high holiday, I think, for everybody. Not many people celebrate it like, I don't do any like formal celebrations. It's just another day.
It is a high holiday for lots and lots of different types of people,
It is.
Including Catholics.
Is it? What? Oh,
Well, I mean, it is
Yeah.
Easter Sunday, so it happens to also be 420 on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
There are celebrations all weekend. There are sales at dispensaries. There are events and all sorts of things all weekend long.
Well, yeah, I guess you can Google that stuff. But yeah, I didn't think about dispensaries having sales. I did see, was it in Frazeysburg, an event here next month that was like a cannabis cup for Ohio. I thought that was pretty interesting. It was only open to non-commercial Ohio-grown marijuana.
Yeah, they've got lots of great events now for home growers all over. There, a guy who is up in Cleveland who is called Johnny Cannabis. He that is not his actual name, just his stage name. he was not born with that name. That's not on his birth certificate, as far as I understand. But he does events all over for home growers, and I really love that he's doing those. They have been doing them out of Athens as well. Yeah, that's a hotbed of activity. It always has been. Good old Meigs County.
Absolutely.
Ohio is all over legendary for different strains, for different growers, for it's a lot of folks have come out from the closet, so to speak, of growing, and now they're able to really proudly present what they are growing as a wonderful, beautiful flower, and flower. It's a hobby, and it is a it's very akin to I hate to keep making the comparison with alcohol, but it is like being a craft beer connoisseur. And we know that Cincinnati particularly has a lot of those. We have all these breweries around,
it seems like a new one's popping up every week.
Yeah, and they really do complement one another. And I think personally, it starts the conversation when you are in a brewery that you say, like, let's take hops for example, and then you compare it to the cannabis plant, and it's similar. And people who grow other types of plants, it's also similar. So it's neat for them to.
Idea about Cincinnati, since we were talking about beer drinking, when Prohibition happened. I believe Cincinnati had 38 operable breweries at the time, more than Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which had a reputation of being the beer capital of America, but not true. And if you look at how much people consumed right when Prohibition happened in Cincinnati, it was gallons per person.
Yeah.
Every year. They drink a lot of beer. There's a reason you got, like, when you used to go to Oktoberfest, you got buckets. That's how they get served, like just like an animal. Just like, give me a bucket of beer, please. I don't need a glass. Just a bucket.
I'm trying to remember if the venue wasn't the place called Ghost Baby. It might not be, but it was some subterranean club where they used to actually store the
bootleg stuff,
liquor and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Under the Taft Museum of Art, there is an old still that was Nicholas Longworth, who was one of the original owners of the Taft Museum. You can't see it. It's private underneath there. But when I was working there back in the 90s, I got a chance to take a look at it. It's very cool. Go there and see their new exhibit on secret societies I think it's there through May. It's very
boy, that
cool.
sounds interesting.
And the Taft Museum is free on Mondays. I have no affiliation.
That's what I
This
was
is not
tonight, was a Monday.
this is not a commercial for the Taft. I haven't
Right.
worked for them in 20 years, but I fully support their work still. And
That's
it's a very fun little museum that you can do in about 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
and really, or you can really immerse yourself in like 4 or 5 hours and
Right.
see some really cool stuff from a long time ago that they Taft, not William Howard. A lot of people don't know that. It's his brother Charles
Are
and
they charging
Anna.
admission?
Oh, really? Okay.
They do charge admission, but on Mondays I think it's free.
Yeah, we went on a free day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one free day, so.
Yeah.
Now, speaking about cool and exciting things, you got some events coming up, right?
We do. We have an event this weekend in 2 different parts. We talked a little bit about breweries, and one of them is involved. One very cool one that also has a Grateful Dead tie. So here we are on the greatest story to ever told on Rob's Grateful Dead
You must be talking about Dead Low.
broadcast. So no, it is not actually
Another
Dead
one?
Low.
Oh my God.
It is called Dank House. It is and it is a cannabis themed brewery and bar and disc golf course up in Newark, Ohio.
Okay, that's why I don't know where it's at. Okay.
And their restaurant is called Shakedown Street.
Huh, interesting. Newark, that's pretty darn far. That's like all the way north, right? By the lake.
It is 45 minutes north of Columbus. So, but it is a very cool
hours drive.
Go up there. You can go up there early and play disc golf. There's time starting at noon. You can go up and disc golf and then join us. We will have our party there from 6-ish on. And there'll be a VIP tent. It's only $10 for the VIP tent. And there will be some assorted friends of ours there with all sorts of goodies and swag bags, including some hemp items that we've got from some of our MedicateOH donors. So
Sounds great.
yeah, we've got partnership and support from 2 licensees, Sauce Essentials and King City Gardens here in Cincinnati. So they'll be hanging with us all day. King City will, and Sauce will be out. They will be kicking off the disc golf court tournament, and you can win a Puffco Peak.
Oh God, those are so good.
Yeah.
I
So
recently acquired one of those,
Yep.
and I am so impressed. And actually,
they're fun, aren't they?
yeah, the wife actually
Yeah.
never, well, at least in the last 10 years, never smoked concentrate at all.
Yeah.
It's always someone who pulls out something that looks like a crack pipe.
It is. And the
It's never
Puffco,
cool like the Puffco.
the Puffco is very approachable, and
It looks like a bong.
yeah, and
really-
it's cute. I would say for a woman, it's easy to use.
It is.
So I would
That's
I
a
would
great product.
absolutely encourage anyone listening to who has nothing to do this Saturday to drive up to Newark, do a round of disc golf. It's $25 for the disc golf tournament. And then hang out with us out through the evening. Alternately, if you're in the Columbus area, you can take our editor-in-chief, Mary Alliger's course that she is going to be doing, which will be a history of 420, the culture behind it, and the story behind it. If you'd like to learn more about that story, you can get on our website, MedicateOH.com, and we have break down a little bit of the history of 420.
It's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I read an article in High Times about it.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, and it involves the Grateful Dead.
Does it? Okay.
Yes, it absolutely does.
Yeah, I
Yes,
remember
it was a
Scott
Grateful
saying
Dead roadie who was, I think, the brother of one of the Waldos, who were the original guys out in California that started using that term 420, and they caught on there around them. The roadie started using it, and the Grateful Dead started using it, and the rest is history. And it actually, it's the guy from High Times who that was also one who kind of furthered that Steve Bloom is his name. So yeah, he furthered that after the Grateful Dead kind of popularized it among their culture. Then it made it into High Times, and from there, you know, it really bloomed because Steve Bloom. So so we still use it today. She's got a whole class on the history, and then if you are more the celebratory type, come on up to Newark, and you can join us there.